Okay, well, it's just me and you kids. I'm in the back of the shop and we're actually closed as I'm writing these edits. So what I did was I printed out the spec sheets for both the Sidewinder and the Kruzer. I'm just perplexed at the price difference because as I review the two presses, you know, the only significant difference that I see, I mean, besides the fact that the Kruzer is sized to fit when it's unassembled through a standard door, I don't see anything worth the extra $3,000, to be honest. So, I mean, I would maybe call M&R, which I have already done, to talk to them, and I'm still not, I'm not convinced. Okay, so the Kruzer, the only difference that I see that may be viewed as a negative is the size of the screen frame, but that only would matter if you're an artist, for example, and you're trying to get like huge full front prints. I'm gonna take you over to the screens first. Bear with me, this video might be long because I don't have an assistant, so I gotta walk back and forth across the shop. So the Kruzer's screens are going to be a standard size, and if you see on this press, which has been left with the screens in place for the day, these are all standard size screens. And right, even this one here, this is a pretty large full front print. I don't see a need for a larger screen on a manual press, so I don't view that as a negative at all. Over here on the wall, these are all standard full front images, and as a rule most of these are going to be sized between 11-12 inches wide on a standard domestic cut t-shirt, which tend to be a little bit larger and boxier. You can make these, depending on the graphic, you have, you know, if you want to fill the front of a shirt, you have capability of doing that in the actual graphic. For example, you see this one here is taking up more space horizontally and vertically compared to, what do we have over here that's a short print, this one. So if you want to fill the front of the shirt, you're still fine with manual screens. Another thing with the Sidewinder, you can use an auto screen. We refer to it as an auto screen. Don't have one out here. They're larger, and those are the screens that we use when we get over into automatic screen printing. It's kind of nice that they're interchangeable, but one thing I do want to point out with these M&R presses, I swear to God I don't work with M&R whatsoever. I'm just really partial to them. They've just done, they're workhorses, they're tanks. These are really old versions of the modern Sidewinder and Kruzer, but they're every bit as practical. And because I've maintained them, which I've mentioned earlier, it's a very low maintenance press. You're basically greasing some bearings in the center when you pull this carousel out. You can lift this whole carousel away from the base, and there's some large bearings. Once in a while you go in there, re-grease those. You might have a spring bust on you. You replace that. They're underneath these safety nets here. You may have something come off balance, but all you need is a level and a couple of tools, and other than that, these presses will last, probably I'm sure they'll outlast us. So, okay, so what were we talking about on here? So I'm using words interchangeably. Okay, they'll call a press 4 stations. You notice that both of my manual presses have 4 arms extending out that you load a pallet. It's actually called, it's a platen, but the terms platen and pallet are used interchangeably. So you have 4 stations here on this press. Same with my other 6-color press, 4 stations. So you're loading 4 shirts at a time. And then depending on how many colors you're printing, you would load your shirt, print your first color. This one you can print up to 8. You spin the press. It lands under a flash cure unit, which is kind of off to the side right here right now. Okay. Alright, so it'd be hovering over the board. I think I've shown it in other videos. You print your next color. You can print up to 8 colors. So you're spinning the bottom, you load another shirt, you print that same first color, spin the board, print your same first color, spin the board, print your same first color. The advantage of having 6 of these arms or stations or platens is that you go through this process 1 or 2 more shirts before you have to offload. So then we've gone around, the press is now ready. When we spin the top carousel, now you're going to print your second color. So this would have a screen on it, you pull it down, pull the squeegee, hope this is in focus for you. Print your second color, move that station out of the way, flash cure that color, print your next color. So when we're referring to the stations, 4 stations, this is what we're referring to. And you'll hear stations, you'll hear platens, you'll hear pallets. It's all the same thing. It's where you load your shirt. Number of colors. So 4 stations, 6 colors. In this case, 4 stations, up to 8 colors being printed on the same shirt. That Kruzer is only going to allow a standard size screen. I see 0 problem with that because there is really never an occasion where we're printing. We print for the general public. So my primary customer base, schools, churches, nonprofits, mom and pop businesses, everybody in town. And there's screen printers like myself, and probably within every 2 miles there's one of us. And there's so much work to go around. As long as you're taking care of your customers, they're going to continue to trust you and come back. And there's plenty of work to go around. Now, the only thing I can say is if you're trying to market your own graphics and you, for example, you really want to do an all-over print, then you may want to upgrade to the other, because then you get into specialty size boards or platens to accommodate an all-over print. It's like a big t-shirt form. But this pallet or board, you're going to see where you can order. What you need to start is to be able to print your basic shirts. From there, you'll add pallets or platens that are designed to accommodate pant legs, sleeves, maybe hats. Now that I have a full embroidery division, I normally would opt to recommend embroidery for hats and jackets, but jacket hold down. So really what you need to start is, in my opinion, a 4 station, 6 color. 4 color is fine as well, but a 6 station is great, or 4 stations, 6 colors is also great. Since the Kruzer's entry level price is right around there, and I think it's including the 6 colors, I would go that direction, honestly. The other thing on here, if you look, which I'm going to post this in the book. Okay. The fundamentals of the presses are the same. This one, the Kruzer actually comes with pallets. The sidewinder, you have to order them separate. That's weird to me. The Kruzer, let's see what else is on here. Yeah, see, the big thing to me was it came with the pallets. I don't understand why it didn't over here. To me, this is the press to get for the price point. I'm not sold on spending up to $3,000 more plus piecing it together. This comes with things that you're going to need to order separate with the sidewinder. So anyway, I'll print that out on there. What else did I want to show you when I was back here? I think that was it. Mainly because I was trying to think of this as I'm just buying this type of press. I don't really know what a station or a color, 4 station, 6 color, 4 station, 8 color. What does that mean? And it's really it's not that complicated when you get a visual of it. Hopefully that helped you to see. And again, standard screens. I wonder if I should cover screens for you. I'll list a couple of suppliers that I get screens. I use a local supplier. I mean, my initial screens I may order, from a national supplier, but then locally I have somebody restretching screens for me, meaning restretching the actual screen material over the frames. You can do that in-house, but a lot of things I try to delegate these days. Rather have screen printers printing shirts than stretching screens. Alright, that's it. I'll come back if I think of something else. Thank you.